Hey, welcome to the Tuesday show. I'm Ultra David. This is James Chen.
How's everybody going?
We had quite an exciting weekend this past weekend. We were at final round 17. I got back late last night. That's why we didn't do the show. Got back like at 9 o'clock. You got back to work.
My flight was at 7:45 in the morning. Got home at about 11:40 or so. Went straight. Well, I ate lunch and then I went straight to work. Yeah, so.
That must have been pretty tough.
Yeah, I was not very aware. I mean, to be honest with you, I actually slept decently in the plane.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Which is interesting. I was using your trick. Actually.
Yeah, what?
The backpack on the lap and sleeping on the backpack.
That's my tech, and it works so
Dude,
well. So here's the thing. You fill up your backpack with whatever stuff, and you keep it under the seat, obviously. And then when you want to sleep, you unfold the tray table, and you put the backpack on top of it, and you just lie on the backpack like this.
I
didn't go to sleep.
I didn't even do that. I just put it right on my lap.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because it was tall enough.
I guess it depends on the backpack size.
Yeah. I had enough crap in the backpack that it was tall enough, and I slept on it. And I'm not even gonna lie, it was probably like some of the best sleep I've had on an airplane in ever. Like it's pretty good. It worked really well.
It's pretty good. So, something I developed over many years.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, final round was a blast. We had a great time. The matches were awesome.
I missed it. I mean, I haven't been there in a couple of years, and so I totally missed it. And
Me too.
I had so much fun there. So
Me too. Yeah, the people were a blast. You know, we hung out with a lot of people there who we don't see too often. Some people who we see all the time. In both cases, it was great.
Yeah. So,
but we'll go over the results for that in a bit. We'll talk about the stick controversy. We'll talk about the Smash signings. But we're gonna start right off the bat with Decapre because we don't want to hold that off until it's super late, and we're just gonna bring it out right at the top.
Sure,
yeah, you already got the shirt.
Yeah, no, I everyone's like, oh my god, Jay's supposed to be so happy with Decapre, and to be honest with you, I'm not super happy. I mean, I'm a Cammy fan, but
Are you a Decapre fan?
I would only be satisfied if all 12 dolls were there.
Oh,
then
really?
I would truly be. No, I mean, it just feels odd that they would just pick one over. How do you decide which one?
I don't know. There were only two before, right? Junie and Julie.
Are they all supposed to be, capable warriors, or that's?
She plays a lot like Junie, right?
Yeah, she plays similar enough to Junie.
She has some similar options. We had a chance to play with her before she was revealed. We found out who she was. I don't know, just a few hours before Street Fighter 4 Top 8. We didn't know. We had access to the game in order to try things out so that we wouldn't be total idiots when it came to commentating. So that we wouldn't be as clueless as everybody else.
So we could talk about how Decapre played, how her moves worked, and everything like that. So we were actually able to, talk about it and stuff. So.
Yeah. We had a couple of hours, I would say, to screw around.
we had a couple of hours to screw around with Decapre.
Yeah.
But I would say we probably spent maybe 45 minutes doing that, and then we just were trying everything with all sorts of different characters.
We tried a lot of different stuff. We'll talk about that too. So as far as Decapre goes, I put up a big article on UltraChenTV.com that goes in pretty close detail as far as her normal attacks, her special attacks, her super, her ultras, my overall impressions, all that stuff. So you can read that if you'd like, but if you don't want to bother, let's just talk about it here as well.
No problem.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously when, the worry is that everyone's just going to be like, oh my god, another Cammy. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly why after the trailer was done, the very first thing I said was another Cammy. I'm so happy because I know that everybody was probably just like, oh my god, another Cammy. So, kind of a troll in a way, but I think she's gonna end up playing different enough.
Oh yeah.
And largely because she is a charge character, which is gonna change a lot of things. I mean, Junie played different enough from Cammy as well because of the charge character factor, so I think that's going to do enough to make her a little bit different. I'm sad that most of her normal moves are exactly the same, and
her normals are basically Cammy plus Vega.
Yeah.
So she has Cammy normals for everything except for her fierce buttons, and her close fierce is basically Vega 2-hit swipe close fierce. Her far fierce is a mix in both graphics and range between Cammy fierce and Vega far fierce. And her crouching fierce is basically Vega crouching fierce except for not as much range.
Right.
And her neutral jump fierce, that's more like Bison, more like Dictator.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like a double punch downwards.
Well, no, the diagonal one was one-handed. She did like
that's the diagonal one. I mean, I'm talking about the
neutral
jump.
Yeah, neutral jump fierce. I saw that and I was so happy because Cammy has always had really crappy neutral jump moves, and I actually feel like that means Decapre is going to be better against characters like Bison and Fei Long and those guys who charge straight at you. I think so too. Yeah. So,
and her jump toward fierce is it's like, you know, either Vega jump forward fierce or Faye jump forward strong. It's basically like that. You know, there are enough videos out there now that you can see a bunch of her normals. They're on IGN.com. There are a couple where there's a combo video and there's a walkthrough that Combo Fiend does. You can see a lot of them.
Yeah, it's really interesting because even though she's a charge character, I feel like the key to her is actually going to be that 100 hand slap move.
Right. So, okay, her special moves, before we go into her special moves... you probably saw the teleport. That's called Scramble. Scramble is done with a sonic boom. It's charged back toward punch, and each of the punches sends her at a different angle. Jab sends her along the ground. Strong is 45 degrees, and then fierce is like 70 degrees.
Yeah. I mean, the interesting thing about it is, as soon as she activates it, you see a little red streak. Yeah. So it actually tells you the direction that she's going in. Yes. Plus, the regular one, non-EX version, has pretty much no invincibility. Yeah. Like, I wasn't able to go through fireballs with it or anything like that. So even though she disappears, she's not actually disappearing. So.
Right, exactly. And then so she has these different follow-ups out of that on the ground. She can like go back to her previous position. She can stop. She can slide. And she can pass through.
Right. So the slide is just pretty much like her hooligan follow-up if you don't touch any buttons. It's like that exact same slide.
That's pretty much what it is, yeah.
So, but really it's the one that goes in the air that seems like it's going to get the most of her play because that thing, not only does she go into the air, but she just has like crazy follow-ups off of that.
So she has the ability to go back to the start.
Which is jab, yeah.
The ability to fall straight down really quickly.
Yeah, with like no delay.
Like an almost super fast recovery.
And it looks just like the ground pound too, in a way. Actually, she just drops and then she can like throw you right away.
It doesn't have that beep sound that everybody talked about, but the beep sound isn't like early enough that you can react to it. It's like she stomps and goes beep. It's like it's not really a cue. It's just so she has the stomp also, which is fierce.
Yeah, fierce.
Which is her armor breaker, by the way. And it was -7 on the regular version, at least the heights we were doing it. And then she also has dive kick, which is just a kick
button afterwards. Yeah, so she can only dive kick out of scramble. She cannot jump and dive kick by herself.
Right. So, and her dive kick seemed like it was not that safe, frankly. Like it seemed like it was. You know, you could probably punish it if it's aimed at somebody's head.
Right, and you know, I mean, it felt like whatever they did for nerfing Cammy's dive kick, they kind of did the same thing to hers. And because she has to do it from scramble, it's actually a lot harder to aim. Right, I feel like.
I think so too.
But then but if you do the EX, I didn't test to see if you could do the EX dive kick off of regular scramble.
You didn't think about that.
But what makes me think that you can't is that when I did the EX scramble and just hit one kick, it came out as an EX dive.
Oh, you weren't doing EX kick.
I don't think I was hitting 3 kicks. I don't remember hitting 3 kicks. Okay. So I think to do the EX dive, she has to spend 2 meters. Because it's 1 on the way up, and then the EX dive
costs another one. Right. Yeah. So EX scramble, like depending on like the buttons, the button combination, it'll do the jab, the diagonal or the super diagonal one. Right. It's like, you know, jab strong does 1, jab fierce is another, and strong fierce does the 3rd. Right. I forget which one was which.
Yeah, and that one seemed to have invincibility because
definitely did.
Combo Fiend was using it on Wake Up all over the place.
And in the video that he has where he walks through things, it looks a lot like the EX stomp is invincible. The actual stomp itself looked invincible and really safe too. It looked like it was really safe. Right. If you hit with stomp, regardless of the variety, it seems like you can juggle afterward.
Yeah, it just pops them up high enough. I don't know if it's a free juggle. I think
we got flash kick out of it.
Yeah, you can get the
and we also, if you recall, we also got close strong out of it, but it was like only like a couple of frames of close strong actually juggle.
The close strong, when it punches all the way to the top, for some reason had juggle frames. Yeah, I don't know why. It was really bizarre.
It was super weird.
Yeah. But she does have, I mean, we could finish the special moves and then get into the target combo. Yeah. So she does have the uppercut where you guys saw her where she just kind of does the upward slash.
It's charge down, up punch.
Yeah. So she can't walk around. See, this is the key thing, right? While she's walking around, if you see her walk forward, you can jump at her.
Totally.
She's not going to be able to uppercut.
She just has Cammy anti-airs, essentially. Actually, not even as good, because Cammy has like this close fierce anti-air thing.
Yeah. She doesn't have that. Yeah, she doesn't have that anymore. So her anti-air is definitely going to be a lot weaker.
Right.
Probably standing roundhouse might still be her best anti-air, but that's only at range.
Right.
So that's definitely going to be a weakness for her. I mean, obviously, if you're Ryan Hart and you don't know she's a charge character, you're not going to be jumping at her all day because you're not used to jumping at Cammy, right?
Of course.
Yeah, but if you see her walk forward, she's pretty vulnerable in comparison to Cammy.
Right, and she can also no longer do scramble, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
So if she jumps forward, we try this too. If she jumps forward or neutral jumps, she does not have enough time during that to... Oh, well, I guess I should bring up... So she has air cannon drill.
The air drill.
Air drill, which is another charge move. And we couldn't get it to work after doing a neutral jump or jump toward. Like, you don't have enough time to charge for the drill if you don't jump backwards.
Yeah, exactly. You can't jump forward. Drill.
And then So she can only do it out of jumping back, and it seemed like she can do it pretty close to the ground. I don't know if we like really decided whether she has a restriction or not.
No, I don't think it was.
It didn't seem like it, right?
Close. But the thing about it is, here's the big thing: when you play Junie, what made her really cool was that her air cannon drill bounced off like her uppercut. So she would actually drill and would bounce off, and she was mostly safe.
Okay.
This one, not even close. Like, you blocked, and then she was like, slide right next to you, and she was dead.
It seemed like worse than Cammy regular drill.
Yeah,
It's like more punishable than
because it's really determined when she landed.
Right.
Not how far it goes. So, like, no matter what you do, if you touch him, she has that same delay when she lands, and it didn't... I don't know how useful it's going to be. I don't even think it hit as an overhead, right?
It was not an overhead.
Yeah, we had the computer dummy crouch blocking, and it was just fine. So if it's not... I don't even know how... It's just a surprise attack.
It's like... I feel like if you jump back and you see, like... Okay, Sagat does a low tiger shot. Like, here's... You do cannon drill.
Right.
But, like, other than that, I don't know how often it'll come up. You can do a juggle afterward. You can get this flash kick juggle. EX is safer, but it still doesn't look like it's entirely safe.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Maybe if you space it right. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. She had ground cannon drill on the one that we played, but then in the Japanese stream, did you hear about this? They said that's gone.
Oh, okay.
That the ground was... It's just air cannon drill.
So it is more like Junie then.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And then the last special move is her...
Swiss cheese.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. Did we ask what it was called?
I don't think so, yeah.
It's just like Honda Hands, Barrage, whatever.
Right. But I mean, the biggest difference between hers and everybody else's is that it just has delay at the end of it.
It's really unsafe.
Yeah, so if you're Honda or, again, you just walked up and did jab hands.
Right.
Like, I can imagine playing Decapre and doing something like walk up, low jab, low strong into it to confirm. And it's probably going to be her best combo move, because I don't think the flash kick one is necessarily worth it. That one will push him further into the corner and stuff like that. And you can cancel it in the super, as Peter showed at the end of it.
Right.
So I actually feel like that's going to be...
She gets a pretty nice meaty situation after it hits, too. It knocks down, and
I feel like it's going to be the crux of a lot of her stuff. Like, whiff punishing,
I think so, too.
It's going to be super important, although her fierce roundhouse seems to be an amazing whiff punish, too.
No, in the Japanese stream, again, they said that one's out.
Oh, really?
That one's out. And then they said that there's going to be strong roundhouse.
Well, strong roundhouse was a launcher. It actually popped him up into the air.
Yeah, it popped him up into the air, and you saw footage of that in one of the IGN videos. I forget which. It's close strong roundhouse. It's not far strong roundhouse. At least I don't know. We didn't see far strong roundhouse. It wasn't close. The barrage, again, it's just done with a hands motion. So you mash punches and it comes out. It's with punches, I should say. But yeah, it's unsafe. I think you're totally right. It's the best whiff punisher that she's gonna have. The best you like did a dragon punch and like now I'm gonna walk up and punish it. I'm gonna do barrage.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that'll be the best.
Yeah.
Combo Fiend didn't seem like he was that like high on that move.
Yeah.
Which surprised both of us.
Because I saw it and I was like, well, if she's a charge character, this might be like walk up, stand fierce into it might be one of her most damaging punish combos.
Right. That's what I figured too.
Yeah. I mean, we were all doing this on an Xbox 360 pad, by the way. So
sucked. You managed to get them out pretty well.
I actually got low forward into 100 hand slap once, and I was like,
I don't know how you did that.
Yeah, I was just like, You know.
So those did work. The barrages did work from max range crouching medium kick, max range stand medium punch.
Yeah, I also did test the uppercut, the ground pound, and the Berserker barrage move were all FADC-able too.
Right.
Yeah, I couldn't on the Berserker barrage. I could not get anything off of it. Like I would FADC dash forward, and they recovered so fast. It did not look like it was going to give you a combo. I tried on like the second to last hit, and the last hit launches them. So I definitely couldn't do anything. And that's another interesting thing too. If you do flash kick FADC forward, like I think Peter said he got it so that he could do flash kick FADC flash kick, but he said the timing is so ridiculously like frame perfect that it might not even be worth trying, because if you miss it, the guy's just gonna do a quick rise and you're dead.
You're dead. Yeah,
right?
Yeah. So she doesn't have any hard knockdowns on special moves. They're all quick riseable.
Yeah.
So those are her special moves and her chains. Oh, she also has an overhead. We didn't mention that.
Dude, that overhead is
forward medium kick overhead. Yeah, the range is crazy.
So good. It was. I swear, like I felt like it was half a screen, but I think it was zoomed in.
You know how it was like between a third and a half.
Yeah, but it goes far. Like people have I remember back in Vanilla and Super on the Cammy forums, everyone's just like, just give Cammy an overhead, right? Dude, you wanted Cammy to have an overhead? Well, Decapre's got like this ridiculous half-screen overhead.
It's basically like the range that Ibuki toward medium kick is, except for way faster, and it doesn't move her as much. Like she moves a little bit, but she's not like boop like Ibuki.
She doesn't hop. She just does like this. Like the funny thing is, I thought
it's like a somersault. She goes boom, and her foot like hits the person down at the bottom.
I actually thought if they were gonna give her an overhead, they were just gonna make it look like Junie and Julie's overhead, because they both had overheads, but no, she flies across the screen.
So big. It's so big.
It's crazy.
So you saw her super. It's like this Psycho Crusher thing. It doesn't go through projectiles. No. We even tried each strength, because like. Okay, like Hakan, like only
Abel,
Abel, like only one of their supers, and I forget which one it is now, goes through projectiles. One goes through grabs. One goes through hits. Hers, just
I did it like fireball point blank range, and it did not
does
work
not work.
So,
and then her ultras. So Ultra 1 is Psycho Stream. It's Yoga Catastrophe. Yeah. Except it's a little bit different, because it has longer startup, a lot of recovery. It's not like Sim Ultra 1, where if Sim gets hit out of Ultra 1, like Ultra 1's already out. Even if Sim gets hit, like it's there.
Right.
Not the case for her. She can get hit out of it.
Yeah.
And after she throws it, she has a lot of recovery. We couldn't find any setups like throw into Ultra 1, sweep into Ultra 1.
Like when you saw Combo Fiend use it, he literally jumped across the screen and did it. And that's because the longest knockdown for Cammy is the back throw. So I would assume that was going to be back throw. So ground pound was quick riseable, everything. Right. So what I did was I did back throw and then ultra and then held up on the controller. By the time the opponent got up, I still couldn't jump yet.
Right.
So in other words, if you were Dudley with Ultra 1 or whatever like that, and I did back throw into the Psycho Stream, you could just wake up with your Ultra and hit her.
Actually, that's an interesting one that you bring up, because that happened in the IGN video.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it actually doesn't work, because Dudley Ultra 1 is like still there going body, and he gets hit by the Psycho Stream.
Yeah. Okay, so it depends on the Ultra.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like ones that keep pushing him forward. Like I bet you Cammy could spin drive smash.
She probably can.
Yeah. Okay.
What I now wish we had tried is flash kick FADC Ultra 1. Like maybe that would have had enough time. You don't think so?
The pad, there was no way I could try.
Oh no, dude! There was a lot of stuff that we didn't try because of that. No, yeah,
there was no way I could do that.
For sure. But I feel like now in retrospect that might be something that could work, but I don't know.
I actually doubt it. I bet you they could quick rise and still blow you up.
You might be right. You might be right. Well, there was one thing I did, which was air cannon drill, then or whatever thing it was that launched them, air cannon drill or stomp or whatever, into flash kick. And then they get popped up like super high, like up to the ceiling. And then I did Ultra 1, and I didn't have enough time. But maybe if I had FADC that, I would have.
Right.
I don't know.
Nice thing about that thing, though, is that it's 9 hits.
Yeah.
It goes through everything.
It goes through an entire Yoga Catastrophe, and then an EX Yoga Flame or Yoga Fire, and then another EX Yoga Fire.
You set the dummy just to keep doing Yoga Catastrophe.
Yeah.
And you threw a Yoga Catastrophe at it. It ate the whole thing, and then the recording threw another Yoga Catastrophe.
Yeah.
And it lost to that one, but the Yoga Catastrophe had one hit left.
One hit left, dude.
One hit left. And with Dhalsim, we could not slide under it. We tried.
It's too big and it moves too slowly, man.
Everything.
It's actually really tall. Like, for example, Ryu Hurricane Kick doesn't go over it.
Yeah, so seems really good.
It does seem super good, but
it has to be used from a screen away kind of a thing.
And she has these options with Scramble that let her, do. I don't know if you mentioned this, but if you do Scramble and you don't do any of the follow-ups and wait until the apex of Scramble, you then have access to all of her normal jump attacks.
Yeah, and she
diagonal
She keeps the momentum.
Yes.
So literally from 2/3 of a full stage, if you did the medium Scramble and then let it go and then did jump short, you would cross them up.
Yeah.
From like 2/3 across the screen.
Right.
So yeah, that was. It's pretty good. So basically, when you use it from across the screen, you would just launch yourself with the Scramble afterwards to follow up with.
So it's gonna be like the Sim mix-up, but like maybe slightly worse. But there are more hits. So Sim gets one mix-up with a teleport, and he can't do another teleport because hits run out. But with Psycho Stream, I imagine her like doing one mix-up, like, oh, it didn't work out. Like, okay, I have this overhead. Or like, I can still do this overhead, or I can still do my crouching short into whatever. So she's gonna have more options than Sim does.
A lot of people are like, "What's the point of Dhalsim with Decapre?" I mean, you saw it. Dhalsim was
very different.
You were like, ugh, and then Arturo was like, "What the hell?" And Filipino Champ was like, "I'm done with Dhalsim, dude." So,
well, let's get to that in a bit, but let's just finish talking about her last Ultra. So it's DCM.
Yeah.
She has 3 versions of it. There's the horizontal one, same angles as Scramble.
So charge back, forward, 3 kicks was the straight one.
Yeah.
Charge back, flash kick motion plus 3 kicks did the 45-degree angle one. And then the Sonic Flash Kick motion with punches was supposed to do the high one.
Right.
There currently, I guess, on the build that we were playing has a glitch that if you choose W Ultra, no matter what, the Psycho Stream comes out. So
if you do that third one.
Yeah, if you do the third one.
So you only have access to 2 of the angles if you have W Ultra. I don't know if that's going to end up like that.
I think they're going to fix that. So
Yeah. And that's very fast. It's 3 frames. You can link out of everything. Links out of jab and Crouching Fierce. Combo Fiend in that IGN thing did say that they're looking at that still.
Yeah, dude, 3 frames. No Ultra should be 3 frames. That's just. I mean, that basically means if Balrog does jab rush, he dies.
That's a good point.
So he's gonna change that. I mean, the only Ultra that was 3 frames before was El Fuerte's slide one, and they nerfed that one.
They didn't get rid of that.
Yeah, so I really doubt. I mean, I'm already crying enough that Guile's Ultra is gonna be 5 frames.
Right.
So if Decapre keeps it at 3, it's done. She's gonna be Superman.
I think you're right.
She's gonna be Superman from Injustice. She's just gonna punish everything.
Right.
So hopefully that'll be changed.
So okay, now that's all the information about the moves and whatever.
Somebody asked if the target combos were safe on block, and we didn't test that.
Didn't test it.
Yeah, we didn't test it, so we apologize.
Well, in the build that we had, I don't think there was close, strong roundhouse.
It was there. It was there.
Oh,
yeah, it would pop them up. But
I remember that now. I remember that.
Yeah, it would pop them up, but then I couldn't really do much afterwards.
Right.
I would hit him with close strong, which juggled for some strange reason, or I could get like an uppercut or something like that. But that was it. She does have an air throw.
Oh, that's right. She has air throw. She has air throw. And air throw in the Japanese build that they were talking about in that stream. Apparently, you can do close strong roundhouse jump air throw.
You can jump
so it's
cancel.
like a combo.
Okay.
Yeah, jump cancelable. And then because it wasn't for us, and then you do an air throw. So air throw, I guess, has like both hit and grab properties.
That's so weird. I gotta wonder how that's gonna work.
I don't know.
Like I figure it should just hit, because I mean, nobody has an air block. The only thing that could do it is Goken.
It's just Goken parry.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Yeah.
So I don't know if there are any other questions about her moveset. Let us know.
All you have to do is make him a hit that's an armor breaker, and then essentially it's just an air throw, right? So
that's true, actually.
It would be really weird to hear the armor breaker sound if she air threw Goken.
That would be super weird.
But
well, we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, I did spaz out about Dhalsim. About Dhalsim getting blown up by this character. But in retrospect, I don't think that's the case, actually.
Yeah, because when she walks forward, she loses a lot.
When she walks forward, she can't jump forward. She can't do the stupid cameo mix-up. Jump forward, and then it's between dive kick, jump roundhouse, or whiff, or empty jump, which is like so hard to deal with as Dawson. But that's not going to be the case for her. She doesn't have dive kick out of toward jump.
That's true. That's a big deal.
That's a huge change. It's a huge change, yeah. She, has all these scramble mix-ups, but she has to be charging to do it. She's not going to be able to, like, walk forward into scramble. So, like, I'm going to have, like, time, I feel, to, like, do something. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, the one thing that you're going to have to be careful of probably is, the scramble dive kick or scramble stomp. That's probably the mix-up. But if you ever see her scramble and you see the red laser go up, I bet you a jump strong is just going to punch her out of whatever she tries, like... Or just maybe even a stand roundhouse with kick.
Yeah, I'm thinking also like maybe instant air teleport backwards.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, the best thing that she might actually have is scramble, instantly dive down, scramble, instantly dive down, and just use that to approach.
You're probably right.
What I mean? So, but when she does the first one and instantly dives down, she loses charge.
Right.
So she's kind of a free to punch at.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And she can't just do stomp willy nilly because it's -7. So if I'm Dawson, now that Dawson has better combos, I do down, back, strong, back, medium, kick, EX Flame, and it's all more damaging than it was before.
Or even better, back throw if you're in the corner, and then bye.
There you go, I'm out of here, yep.
Yeah.
So I don't think that he's going to get lit up by her as much as by Cammy. I'm not saying he's going to beat her, okay?
Yeah.
He doesn't beat that many characters, but I don't think he's going to get blitzed with other characters.
Okay, interesting.
And at the same time, I'm trying to think of like how she would fight against like a Zangief or like a Hugo or something.
She might actually be pretty terrible against Zangief.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Because if she has to walk around and try to poke at him and has no access to any of her anti-airs, I feel like Zangief's gonna blow her up.
Right? She can't. Yeah, exactly.
That's a problem. Okay.
Right. Yeah. It's like because it's not like with Honda, who's a charge character against Zangief. Honda walks backwards and he still has his anti-air.
Right.
She has to down charge.
Yeah, that's true.
To have anti-air. So she looked crazy against Reinhardt, but I actually kind of can see that she might have some issues. And I think that her offense is going to be good. I think her mid-range game is going to be better than Cammy's because of that neutral jump and because of buffer into barrage and whatever. But like overall, I don't know if she's going to be...
I mean, I think... She's obviously being tweaked as well, so you know.
Of course.
Yeah. So I mean, Combo
like maybe
Fiend,
Stomp doesn't end up -7.
Yeah. Combo Fiend actually did say that she was going to be tweaked a little from the version that we were seeing. So.
Yeah. In event hubs like Rundown, like all these bullet points, it said that I forget who said this, but it says that she's only 85% done.
Right. Yeah.
So she has like some tweaking, and it's probably not going to be major tweaks at this point, but it'll be like hitboxes and frame data and that kind of stuff. So we will see what happens. Let us know if there are any questions before we get off of this topic, because I just I want to answer things.
Like I said, I'm actually like, if it was out of the dolls, I would have liked to have seen one of the other ones, just because Decapre really is just the pure clone of Cammy. So you're just gonna have the same chick with the same hair and everything like that. That would have been more interesting to see one of the other characters, because they look so wildly different. Well, not wildly different. Yeah. But they do look different enough, and they had all sorts of different styles. Like supposedly the two that are from China were supposed to be good with like swords or something like that. It would have just been kind of interesting. I'm actually sad that the claw turned out to be retractable as well. Like the energy claw, because all the Udon artwork. So Udon's probably the only group that's really done anything with the dolls before. But she had a Vega claw and a full mask too. So
I like that full mask.
I like it better. I hope that one of her alternate costumes has a full mask, because the mask that she has right now makes her look too much like Batman, and that just bothers me for some reason. So, yeah.
I mean, as far as the character goes, it doesn't bug me that she looks like Cammy, but I know I'm unusual.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that doesn't matter to me, but I certainly understand why it would bug a lot of people.
Right.
But I think in gameplay she'll be different enough that it's not going to be...
Yeah, it's going to be the trickiest thing really is when she walks forward, you can treat her completely like a different character than Cammy. And that's going to be hard to get used to. Because now that I think about it, when I was watching the Reinhardt play, like I never saw Reinhardt jump or do anything, and in my brain, I was like, that's the correct thing
I know,
to do
yeah.
because she's gonna uppercut you. But
Yeah.
you know, it's not
Nope.
gonna happen. So
She's not gonna do it. She's not gonna do it. Her focus attack is also different than Cammy's.
Oh yeah.
Her
That's
focus
right.
attack has a little wind up. She steps back like very slightly. It's not like Dictator or anything.
But she charges forward.
And
And
then she goes
punches.
way forward, and she like hits like really far down too.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's like nobody's gonna duck under this thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was pretty fast and a pretty good range. I wouldn't say it was the best of either, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, it seemed pretty decent.
Yeah.
Like it seemed like it had more range than Cammy's, but
Yeah, I think
Cammy's just
so.
still has that weird property where it, like it's harder to hit. Like it feels like
Yeah.
Decapre, if you throw out a button, she's just gonna smash her face into you. Whereas Cammy's leg always just comes down and like hatchets you and stuff like that. So
Yeah, and Cammy's is definitely faster.
yeah.
Definitely
So
faster.
okay.
Yeah. No, we did not try her taunts.
Yeah, she said something. She has a Russian accent because
Yep.
Decapre is Russian for December, so she's from Russia.
We tried to understand what she was saying, but couldn't really get it.
But I think her backdash was the same as Cammy's.
All of her movement was the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was definitely the same.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, well,
Yep. So I guess we'll take a quick
Let's take a
break,
break.
and then when we come back, we will talk about final round, the 17. All right.